Welcome to a new Trippy Guides video. In the Trippy Guides video, I share a lot of information with you, a lot of tips and tricks, a lot of itinerary details which helps you plan your trip to your next destination. And this video is going to be all about planning a trip to this beautiful scenic country of Thailand in Southeast Asia. Thailand is a country that needs no introduction. It has been a tourist hotspot since forever, not just for Indians but also for people from across the world, and rightly so. So this country is known for, of course, its beaches. It has some of the most scenic beaches in the entire world, like the one where I am right now, which is the Phra Nang beach. Thailand is also known for its temples. So just in Bangkok, there are more than 400 temples. Of course, Thailand is known for its nightlife, shopping. People come here specifically to do a lot of budget shopping, and of course the Thai food, which is world famous. So you can come here, enjoy the Thai food, get yourself a Thai massage, do some shopping and visit some of the most pristine beaches in the world. It is a country located in Southeast Asia and it borders Cambodia, Laos and Myanmar, and it is actually a group of around 1400 islands. Thailand is 1.5 hours ahead of India. So right now the time here is 5 PM. So India mein 3:30 PM ho raha hoga. The major language here is Thai, but because this is such a famous tourist destination, you won't find any problem. A lot of people here speak English as well, so language won't be a barrier here. And the major religion here is Buddhism, so that's why you'll find a lot of Buddhist temples here.
Thai baht is the official currency of Thailand. You have notes ranging from 20 to 1000 baht and coins of smaller denominations.
As of January 2025, one Thai baht is roughly equal to 2.5 Indian rupees. We exchanged all our currency in India itself. We got a good exchange rate of one baht equal to 2.58 rupees. Make sure that you convert all your currency in India. Or if you're coming here, then don't carry Indian rupees but instead carry dollars, because here the INR to baht conversion rate was double of what we had in India. So here it was almost like 5.68, 5.69. So in that case, if you want to convert currency here, just carry some US dollars. And यहाँ पे cash is king. तो everywhere, हर restaurant में, हर shop में, हर trip पे, हर tour पे आपको cash ही मांगेंगे वो. So make sure that you're carrying a lot of cash. Now, why you should visit Thailand and add this country to your bucket list? Well, this is a country of contrasting landscapes. On one hand, you have cities like Bangkok, which is the capital and also the largest city of this country, where you'll find skyscrapers. Then if you go to the northern part of the country, you'll have lush green mountain areas. And of course, if you come to the southern part of the country, it has some of the most beautiful beaches in the world with absolutely clear and pristine water. And the best part is there are different types of beaches in Thailand. If you are coming with family and if you like quiet and secluded beaches, then you can head to Koh Samui, Koh Lanta, Koh Tao. There are just a lot of such options. But if you want a beach which has some vibe, and if you are okay with a little crowded beaches, then of course you can head to the Railay beach, the Phra Nang beach over here, and probably the most famous island of Thailand, which is the Phi Phi island. So I think it's a given that if you're coming to Thailand, then you will definitely take a day trip to the Phi Phi Islands. It's beautiful. If you're a party lover, you like nightlife, if you want to see some adult shows, then you can head to the island towns of Phuket or Pattaya. Interested in attending the full moon party, then that happens at the Koh Phangan beach. If you go to the northern side, then like I said, you will find the mountain regions. So you can go to Chiang Rai, you can go to Chiang Mai, where you will find mountains, and along with that you'll find a lot of famous elephant sanctuaries as well. So if you are into religious sightseeing, then Thailand, because it follows Buddhism, has a lot of temples. It has more than 40,000 temples. And in Bangkok, you'll find some of the major ones, for example, the Grand Palace and the Temple of the Reclining Buddha. Also, people visit this country specifically for shopping. There are a lot of people who come here with empty bags just to shop, because this is a place for budget shopping. Especially when you're in Bangkok, you can visit places like the Chatuchak market, which is the weekend market, and there are more than 15,000 stalls. You have a lot of famous malls as well, and then of course you have the floating market, which is something very unique that you'll find here.
Also, you get to indulge in authentic and delicious Thai food like masaman curry, mango sticky rice, and pad Thai, which is also this country's national dish.
Another reason why Thailand is very popular is for their Thai massages. The traditional Thai massages are supposed to be very good and stress relieving for your body. Thailand is one of the budget destinations, especially when you're coming from the western part of the world. Compared to my visit in 2018, the prices have definitely gone up, but still it remains one of the pocket friendly travel destinations. It's a short flight away. So from Bangalore, we took a direct flight to Phuket, and there are also direct flights to Bangkok. It was just like 3.5 hours flight, which makes it a quick getaway.
Lastly, we celebrated New Year's Eve in Krabi and would highly recommend you to experience this magical night of fireworks and lantern show at the beach.
You can visit Thailand anytime between November to April because these are the driest months. It's also very hot and gets crowded, but then anytime after May, it starts raining here, and that leads to choppy water and stormy weather, and you wouldn't be able to go for the boat trips because most of the times they end up getting cancelled, and it's also very risky. We were actually here for New Year's, and today is 4th of January, and we have already done multiple boat trips, and in my opinion it hasn't been very hot. Like, it's quite bearable. Every time we are out on the beach, we do feel the sun is strong, but then it's not as if it's unbearable and you just have to get in the shade. It's quite pleasant when you're out on the boat. Then the cool breeze will anyways make sure that you are comfortable, and the evenings are also quite pleasant. Thailand is visa free when you're coming from most countries. Even if you're coming from India and if you're visiting Thailand for just 60 days, then you don't need a visa to enter Thailand. And recently, starting 1st Jan 2025, Thailand also introduced e-visa in case if you want to come for more than 60 days.
Immigration process in Phuket was very smooth. They didn't ask us any questions or for any documents, but just checked and stamped our passport. Also, your passport has to be valid for at least 6 months from your date of arrival in Thailand.
यहाँ पे biometric होता है along with your immigration, so they ask you to give your both hands का 4 fingers का print and then दोनों thumb का prints. So that happened, and then they clicked the pictures, and then we were done. Major cities here like Bangkok and Phuket have direct flights from most international locations. So even from India, you will find direct flights at very good rates. I generally use Skyscanner and Google Flights for comparing the price rates between different websites, and also to see on which date the prices are relatively cheaper. Also, in case if you are coming to Krabi or going to any other islands like Koh Samui, then they don't have international direct flights. They only have domestic airports. You will have to fly to either Bangkok or Phuket and then take a connecting flight to these places. So generally the domestic flights here are very cheap. So you'll find domestic flights from Phuket to Krabi or Bangkok to Krabi for like 3,000, 4,000 or even less than that. So because our base was Krabi, what we did was we flew Indigo from Bangalore. It was a direct flight to Phuket. And from Phuket, there are different ways to reach Krabi. So you can either take a bus, you can book a private taxi, you can even take ferries or speedboats. Depending on the time you have and your budget, you can pick either of these different options. So I would highly recommend KrabiShuttle.com, which is from where we had booked our private taxi to reach our hotel in Krabi. We were picked up at Phuket airport, and it took us like two hours to reach here. They even had free Wi-Fi in the car. So all in all, a very good experience with KrabiShuttle.com at a reasonable rate in case if you want a private transfer. And for moving around various cities within Thailand, you can either hire a tuk-tuk, which are basically similar to the auto rickshaws that we get in India, or you can hire a car, or the best way is to hire a two-wheeler, which is what we have done for today. And for hiring cars or two-wheeler here, you do not need an IDP or international driving permit. All they ask is for a security deposit and your passport. For renting this two-wheeler for one day, we paid 200 baht, and as a deposit we gave 3,000 baht. That is because we did not want to give our passport. So there are two options. Either you can submit your passport. In that case, you don't need to pay the 3,000 baht deposit. But in case if you don't want to submit your passport, and I would recommend that you don't submit it because it's like a ticket out of this country, you can pay 3,000 baht deposit along with a copy of your photocopy of your passport, and then you can rent the scooty. So we have taken this two-wheeler along with 2 helmets for the entire day. So that is a very good and a very cheap option to just explore the surrounding areas. And the roads here are very good, no potholes, and the driving is the same like how we drive in India, left-hand side driving. From our experience in this trip and even from my previous trip, I personally feel that Thailand is quite safe. As a woman, even if I was traveling solo, I don't think I'll feel unsafe here. We have been coming back to our hotel some days at like post midnight. Even then you'll find a lot of people outside, and even the locals are very friendly, very kind. So in my opinion, Thailand is very safe. Every time we have been leaving our helmets on the scooty and just walking to the beach, and there's no concern of theft or anything.
For SIM card, this time we purchased an eSIM from Klook.com before reaching Thailand, and we got a really good deal for around 565 Indian rupees, and the SIM card is valid for 10 days, and we got 50 GB data, which is quite a lot. Tipping is not mandatory here, but generally we have been giving some tips, especially when we go for the boat tours, and at the end of the tour they ask you for some tips just to help them. So in that case we tip some small amount. Also in restaurants we try to round off the bill by adding some additional small amount and adding that and giving that as a tip. So make sure that you carry a lot of cash. If you are a vegetarian, then you'll find few veg dishes at most restaurants, including veg Thai cuisines. Also, there's no dearth of Indian restaurants. When you're going for boat trips, they'll ask you for your food preference, so make sure you inform them in advance. You'll find 7-Eleven stores at every corner where you can stock up on ready-to-eat meals and also purchase bottles of water at cheap rates. Make sure that you bargain for everything here, whether you're out there shopping or you're getting a good deal for your boat trips. Even when you're renting two-wheelers here, make sure that you try and bargain to get a good deal. For boat trips, you can either book online through Get Your Guide or Viator, or also from local vendors once you reach there. Just make sure to inquire at a few places so you can bargain and get a good deal. Also, most hotels have travel desks that will help you book these trips. Remember, cash is king in Thailand, so everywhere that you go, whether it's in restaurant, cafes, or when you're shopping, at most of the places they will accept only cash, and even at the places where they're accepting card payments, they will charge you anywhere between 3 to 5% as an additional card swiping fee. So the best is that you carry as much cash as possible depending on the number of days that you're staying here. If you own a drone and if you like flying your drone over beautiful locations, then make sure that before coming to Thailand you register your drone. It doesn't matter if your drone is less than 250 grams, like I have a DJI Mini 2 which weighs 249 grams, but every drone that has a camera, and most of the drones that we own will have a camera, so every drone that has a camera needs to be registered with 2 authorities in Thailand, and the processing time is almost like 2 weeks or maybe more than 2 weeks. And if you fly the drone without registering and without taking prior permissions, then there's a hefty fine and you can also be sent to jail. So because I did not want to go into the hassle of like getting a permission and waiting for 2 weeks, and there are like a lot of documents that they ask for, so I did not bring my drone. You cannot fly your drone over a lot of areas because they are protected reserves. So for example, Phi Phi Island, even at the Phra Nang beach where we went today, drone was not allowed. You can get tax refund at airport if you have made purchase of at least 2000 baht from stores displaying VAT refund for tourist sign. Just collect tax invoice from the store and present it at the VAT refund counter at the airport after security check-in. For detailed process, please check thailandtourism.org. If you're coming to Thailand, then of course you're going to be spending a lot of time at the beach. So make sure that you are carrying a beach bag with you, and we also carry beach towels. We carry like a couple of them so that we can spread it out on the beach and then just lie down and relax, and we can also use it when we take a dip in the waters. Apart from that, of course, you need to carry some sunscreens, some really good sunscreens, because the sun here is really harsh and strong. And of course you need your glares, and then you can also get yourself a cap just to protect yourself from the sun. So we always carry this small pack of medicines with us, which has some important medicines for headache, fever, stomach ache, body ache, and some band-aids as well. Apart from that, we also carry a universal adapter wherever we go, and I really like this one because it has multiple slots for even charging through USB. So using this one travel adapter, you can charge like multiple devices. But luckily here in Thailand, you don't need a universal adapter, but I would still recommend that you carry one. So here your normal, like our normal Indian adapters are fitting perfectly fine, but it's always good to like carry a universal adapter when you are traveling to any international location. Also carry flip-flops or waterproof footwear, because when you'll be going for boat tours, then chances are that you will have to like wade through water, like sometimes even knee-deep water, just to reach your boat or to reach the island from your boat. Also carry a wraparound with you, because if you plan to visit temples, then they won't allow you if your knees or your shoulder are showing. You can also buy or rent one at the temples, but it's always good to carry one of your own. For flights, you can budget anywhere between 20 to 25,000 round trip when you're flying to cities like Bangkok and Phuket, because they have direct flights. In case if you book in advance and if it's off season, then you can definitely budget somewhere around 20 to 25,000. We paid 50,000 rupees for the both of us round trip tickets from Bangalore to Phuket. For meals, you can budget anywhere between 500 to 600 baht for a couple for one meal. which includes 2 main course that you'll order and 2 drinks. And we have been to different kinds of restaurants. We have been to some small cafes. We have been to a little fancy place as well. And this is what we have paid. I think the maximum that we have paid till now is around 595 baht, which included 2 Thai cuisine, 2 drinks, and 1 dessert.
We ended up spending 8,500 rupees for 5 days.
You'll find very reasonable accommodation options here, whether it's in Phuket, Krabi, Bangkok, Koh Samui, or any other place. There are hotels, Airbnb, hostels. So there are different kinds of accommodation options available. You can budget anywhere between 3,500 to 7,000 rupees depending on the season that you are coming in and how much in advance you book.
We stayed at Sentara Life Phupanu Resort at Phra Nang in Krabi and paid around 40,000 rupees for 5 days including breakfast. When you're in Thailand, expect to spend some good money on island hopping trips as you explore the stunning beaches of this country. For the two of us, we paid rupees 8,000 for Phi Phi Island speedboat trip, another 8,000 baht in cash as island conservation fee. We then did a full day private and luxurious trip of the 4 islands and Hong Islands with Krabi Castaway for 25,000 rupees. Private tours are going to be expensive but so worth the money. The boat trip from Railay to Phra Nang costed 1,000 rupees. In all, we spent 36,000 on experiences and it was all totally worth it. To and fro transfer from Phuket to Krabi in a private cab costed 12,000 rupees.
In case if you are renting a two-wheeler in Thailand, so you can budget roughly around 200 to 250 baht per day. Also, they'll ask you for a refundable security deposit of around 3,000 baht, or you need to submit your original passport.
We rented a two-wheeler for 1 day that costed 200 baht plus 50 baht of petrol, so 630 rupees. Thai massages are a must when you are here. A full body massage will cost you around 500 to 600 baht depending on the duration. We indulged in 2 sessions at the Radoram Spa and spent 2100 baht or 5300 rupees. Small tips on boat rides, for fire shows and miscellaneous items like SIM card costed 1500 rupees. Shopping is a must in Thailand, so make sure you budget some money for it. You might plan not to shop, but trust me, once you arrive here and look at the good quality products and the reasonable rates, you will end up shopping. Be it apparels, footwear, souvenirs, skincare items or scented soap bars. You'll find it all. Massage balms of Thailand are very effective and world famous, so make sure you pick a couple of them as well. Our total expense for this trip was 1,50,000 for the both of us, plus what we spent on shopping. Because we planned this trip during New Year's and did all the bookings pretty late, our spend did go up. You can definitely explore Thailand at a budget rate if planned well in advance. Now that you have all the deets about Thailand, it's time to start creating a day-by-day itinerary for your next trip. Do check out my Thailand itinerary vlog where I have shared a detailed sample itinerary that you can follow to the T and easily plan your next holiday.
So this was all the information that I wanted to share with you, and I hope it will help you plan your next trip to this beautiful country of Thailand. And I would definitely recommend that you add this country to your bucket list. If you have any questions or feedback, do let me know in the comment section below, and I'll see you all from another country very soon. So till then, take care, happy traveling, and see you.